So let us start with what's basically an entrepreneurship means. Like, where does the word has been coined from? Entrepreneurship is a word which has been coined from an 18th century French word entrepreneur, which usually means undertaker or adventurer. As you can see, the word literally means an adventurer. Entrepreneurship journey is not a simple journey which everyone can think like, okay, let's do it, let's get started with. But it's really a one hell of a ride. People need to be very much focused and passionate about their vision or idea what they're planning to do. So before going in depth into that, we have three parts. Like one is known as entrepreneurship, and enterprise. Entrepreneur refers to the person, entrepreneurship refers to the process, and enterprise means an outcome. Okay. So before let's start with entrepreneur. What does an entrepreneur really means? Okay. In the current world right now, it's over promising, under delivering. Every second man seems to claim himself an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is someone that would never call himself an entrepreneur. Okay. Entrepreneur feels happy to work towards his goal while others are there out there partying. You see, as you can see, right, if you have an idea or else if you have an passion towards do something, then you need to be completely dedicated. You need to sacrifice your partying life and other life. You should completely be dedicated to that passion to work on it. The drug that entrepreneurship is sorry, the drug that entrepreneur is addicted to is success. We need to be much more dedicated towards our success, because always the goal, a dream and a passion need to be our idea which we started, and where, how and where can we succeed. One fact every entrepreneur will have is that maybe not immediately but absolutely and definitely, this is one of the major facts each and every entrepreneurial student who are planning to start their own enterprise or own company would keep in their mind. That is maybe not immediately but absolutely and definitely. So like great things won't happen in the overnight. It takes time, but it will happen definitely and absolutely. We shouldn't be hurrying that process. And You people need to hustle and think outside of the box to make things happen, which it seems impossible, difficult for anything to happen. For example, if you go for an examples for this point over here, Tesla, once in 2000 when Tesla was proposed, people thought that he was mad. Do you people know, someone knows Owen Cleary, like from Shark Tank? Himself quoted that in 2000, if Tesla was Tesla founder Elon Musk has came to him and asked him to invest in his idea, he said that it was really stupid and I won't do that. Now Owen Cleary is valued at $400 million, but Elon Musk himself is valued at $208 billion. So there's a huge difference. So you need to think big, and you need to think always impossible things and difficult things to try break it out. That one should be the spirit and the mindset of an entrepreneur. And one more main thing that an entrepreneur should have is that an entrepreneur never loses, either he wins. Yeah, just a second. What I'm trying to say is that an entrepreneur never loses. He wins or learns new things. Like, for example, if you go somewhere for investment or something, either you win that presentation or else you learn something from that, but you'll never lose in that. The only point where you can lose is that once you give up, once you when you stop trying and you try to give up. That's the only point where an entrepreneur loses, but no entrepreneur who has really passionate towards his goal wouldn't lose. He learns new things or wins out of that one. So one fact everyone should remember is that I will succeed not immediately but absolutely and definitely. And I plan, like, if you people are planning to be some, if you people like are planning to do some if you're good at web development or app development, if you want to plan a service based company or something, or else if you have an innovative idea, but if you're in first year or second year, you want to proceed further in that ideas further, you people should take actions which others hesitate. We should think big when others don't. We should sacrifice a lot of things when others won't. We should dare to dream of greatness when others fear. We should outwork our competition day and night. Okay, these points are really important. We should take actions when others hesitate. When others We should be like very clear about other actions. Like for example, if you're working on an idea, like for example, let's take from my behalf. I was working on an electric vehicle startup. I was working on electric bikes, electric cycles, and I was a student. And people hesitate to invest 2 to 3 lakhs on a student who is in third year and planning on doing something. But you shouldn't be hesitating it. You need to take actions to prove that you're right and you can succeed in future. We should think big when others don't. We should always be thinking huge. Like right now, for my example, I'm planning for a revenue of 42 crores for 2023 or 25, next 5 years. Like it won't be that huge, but it's better for a student who has with no experience and starting as an entrepreneur. And the main point is that we should sacrifice a lot of things when others won't. You need to sacrifice your parties, you need to sacrifice your emotional feelings, you need to sacrifice your financial efforts. Everything will be going in vain for a period of time. But after that, it pays back really heavily. You can't even imagine like how much you're getting it back. And always remember one thing: you people are the captain of your own fate and boss of your dreams. That's true, because you people will be having control of your own dreams and your own fate. If like being an entrepreneur is something that you won't be sharing, like working together and everything. You need to be unique to be a leader. You need to guide others. You need to work hard for that. That won't come up in 1 or 2 days. And one more thing, like as I'm just going on talking about an entrepreneur, but entrepreneur or entrepreneurship is something which cannot be told to you or like explained to you in just a one meeting in a 1 hour session. It's a very huge process which can only be learned by experience. People with experience only can learn entrepreneurship, but not by telling something. Okay, that one need to be remembered for sure. And always an entrepreneur should be hungry for success and never get satisfied. You should never be satisfied. You always need to be hungry, that you want success more and more. That's the only way that an entrepreneur can grow exponentially but not linearly. Businessman grows linearly, but always remember, an entrepreneur with a great passion grows exponentially. His revenue increases day by day, like a graph, like it going like a exponential graph. An entrepreneur should be sacrificing his today for a better tomorrow. That's for sure, as I've already covered that point. It is the living a few years your life like other won't, so you can spend the rest of your life like others can't. That one would be really a great process. Like if you work for a 9 to 5 job, you will be working from 9 to 5, enjoying your rest of your life for 50 years. But if you hard work for 15 to 20 years, next 15 years, then you can enjoy your freedom of your life for next 30 years, enjoying it lavishly whenever you want. That one will be a huge hell of a freedom. Always remember one thing: failure is simply learning another way not to do something. There is no great satisfaction knowing that you are self-made. And this one is adds up a lot of value, because an entrepreneur is always a self-made person. He learns from his experiences. He learns from the way what he does. The satisfaction when you get after a success or a success presentation or something, that satisfaction is completely valuable. That one basically an entrepreneur is meant for. That person with these qualities can be an entrepreneur, perfect entrepreneur, and achieve great success in their life. Okay, sorry, it got muted just now. So that one is an entrepreneur. That is meant to be an entrepreneur. Those are the main key factors that an entrepreneur need to have. Next one is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is a process where you innovate. You have an innovative idea, or you have something to do. Like, there are two ways of innovations. One, can be an innovation in your product or else in your complete idea. The second one is an innovation in the process which you sell it to people, or the process which you give it to people. That one basically depends on the business model of your product. There need to be an innovation in your product or else the innovation in your business model. If that two things are there in your process which you're going to sell people, your product or services, anything, then that process can be called as an entrepreneurship, and it can be a successful process. That one need to be kept in mind. Without innovation or innovation in business model, either in the product, you can't be a successful person. Like, you can't have a drastic growth, and that one comes under business, basically, not an entrepreneurship. That one comes for a later part. Okay. And the next one is an enterprise, the outcome. The enterprise is an outcome which you get after selling your products. Like, it's basically a company, a startup which you built, which you with that which works on your hard work. That one will be an enterprise. So these are the three step by step process. Okay, entrepreneur is a person, entrepreneurship is a process, enterprise is an outcome. The whole combined will be called as entrepreneurship. Okay. So coming back to my journey over here, like being an entrepreneur over here, I myself started a company named as Delco Mitney Electro Motors in 2019 June, with a team of three people. We really worked hard for based on the idea, theoretical idea. We were stepped down by many people, like saying that our idea won't work, it doesn't happen in real life, you're not doing it properly, you can't go with that, everything. But I agree that we are demotivated a lot, and we ourselves also got demotivated and stop of leaving it few times. But we haven't left it. This season, COVID season, when it started, it gave us a wonderful opportunity. Like, I know many people would be hating COVID for this, but I really love the time which I got in this COVID season. We re-established our company. We bought a trademark for that named as Ermin Automotive. Now we are called as an Ermin Automotive. We have a product line of electric cycles and electric bikes. We are planning to launch an electric bike in this month, most probably, and we're in talks with many other universities to deliver it for campus commute. And we are processed to launch an electric bike in this year, in 2021, and by 2021 end. And we have a huge range of portfolio being built, and a range of products. This one doesn't came up in a single night. It took around 1.5 year till now, the effort which I've put in. But 6 months ago, I've gathered a group of people with similar interest and passion. We started with three people. Now we are at 27 people overall. 27 people from different departments with the same passion, who are willing to work with me without expecting anything. Even they are ready to take out the time after their graduation also. Even if we have no revenue, they're thinking to work with us. And the major problem comes in an entrepreneur is that you need to manage people. Managing people is not that easy, and is not that difficult also. You need to know how to manage which type of person. That one plays a very crucial role, and in my life, that one played a really very crucial role in the past 6 to 7 months. Right now we are well established. We have an office and a workshop in Gachibowli near Wipro Circle, and we are working on a product line. And as I told you, you need to lose a lot. Like, entrepreneurship journey is a very expensive process by all means. Like, it is emotional, it's emotionally expensive. Financially, obviously it's financially very expensive, and physically also you need to strain a lot. uh, you need to be ready to leave all those things if required, and to take any steps. That
Yes.
for sure. After that, you can be just forming a beautiful startup, beautiful company which can grow a lot ahead.
ఎంటర్‌ప్రెన్యూర్‌షిప్ గురించి చెప్తాడన్నా?
Hello, hello.
Sorry for the disturbance, sir. Please
Uh,
continue.
uh, okay. So next big question which comes into mind is that what's the difference between a businessman and an entrepreneur? Okay. Businessman starts a business from an existing idea. Like if you have a Bombay dyeing shop, or else if you have some cotton mill, you can just start with the same idea and build that into some. You can gain a revenue. Businessman can gain revenue, but that would be up to some extent, up to some extent. And the time duration to gain that revenue is very huge. It will be very long. Okay. Entrepreneur is as I told you, what's entrepreneurship? Starting with an unique, innovative idea. It can be basically an entrepreneur. It can be an innovation in business model, or it's innovation in your product. That depends on you. Businessman is traditional. Like if he's selling cotton, just weaving it and selling it changing it into blankets or cotton shirts, selling it. That's traditional way everyone is doing. He also does the same thing. But trying out something new directly with the same mission, like a single mission, trying it out something new, revolutionizing the industry. That one matters with an entrepreneur. And as I told you, entrepreneur is a major risk taker. He need to take a lot of risks. The amount of risks which an entrepreneur takes are not measurable, because he will be in the brim of everything. Either he won't be in a safe side. He will be in brim of everything. It will be very risky journey, and few people want to leave it whenever they face the first risk itself. So businessman avoids risk completely. He doesn't want to go in a risky way. As I told you, business is profit oriented. This one will be customer oriented, because the revolutionary or innovative idea comes out from a problem where customers are facing. When customers are facing a problem, entrepreneur catches that problem statement, solves that, and brings the product according to the customer oriented. That one an entrepreneur does. And businessman is a market player. Entrepreneur will be a market leader. Let us go back to the example of a Tesla. Like like Volkswagen, Benz, Audi, BMW, everything, all other car companies. If you check the market cap of those companies, they are quoted in some 180 billion dollars, I think so. But Tesla alone is quoted nearly to 200 billion dollars in the market cap. Tesla market cap is greater than all other companies combined. He has become the market leader in the past 3 to 4 years. The Tesla stock prices have raised from 10,000, 15,000 to 2 lakhs, 2 lakhs 25,000. That's a huge variation. He brought a complete revolution to the electric transportation industry, Elon Musk. So being a businessman and entrepreneur is different from being a market player to a market leader. That's the main differences between a businessman and an entrepreneur. Okay. So next, so what are the skills that an entrepreneur should be having? I think these points would be explanatory. Like these are the main points that an entrepreneur need to have. He need to be calculated and logical, creative and innovative.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, share the screen, sir.
Okay. Is my screen not visible? Okay. Yes. Sorry. Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. Skills entrepreneur should be having. Like as I told, like these points will be self-explanatory, calculated and logical, creative and innovative, confident and outgoing. You need to be always very much confident in the part. Yes. Okay. Hmm. So risk taking and courageous. Like the risk which you, as I told you, the risks are taken in a very large scales. Like if which example can I give you? Um, okay, we'll come back to that again. You need to have a strong work ethic. Like you can't be like cheating out someone or doing something. The work ethic need to be very strong, motivated and focused. That's one of the main features which an entrepreneur need to have. He always need to be motivated and focused towards a goal, what he's trying to do. And the outcome which he puts in doesn't come out very easily. He need to be patient. The process takes a huge amount of time. The patience matters a lot in that. For example, I've started this company 1.5 year ago, and still we are not in revenue stage. But we have built a great portfolio with a great team and proceeding further. Even for us to start revenue, it might take another 6 months. Like 2 years without revenue, working on the same passion, same goal. That patience is required for an entrepreneur. You need to be passionate and determined. Passionate means not working from morning till evening. The day and night you need to be dreaming about it, working on it. Like we have 140 hours in a week around, so for working hours. So Elon Musk used to work 120 hours in a week. He used to sleep in his office. He wouldn't be going home also many times. That the passionate level you need to have, like not exactly that level, because that's too huge and you need to be very much determined.
వాడి నంబర్ అన్నా చెప్పరా మళ్ళీ నంబర్ ఇచ్చినా నీకు
uh, Making connections. So one thing, another main constraint comes is that entrepreneur, because he won't be having any business background, he will be starting from scratch completely. Gaining connections, building up a strong network is very important for an entrepreneur. Like if you want to go for an investor or something without connections, if you're willing to go, it would be a very difficult process. If you have a strong connection, strong network, then going for investments or getting some permissions or something would be very easy. So making strong connections is a very important task, and being versatile and agile. Like for example, customer demands are not constant. As the technology changes continuously, the demands for the customers also will be changing continuously. So the person need to be very agile and versatile, changing the product according to the customer's requirement. That one is also very important skills that an entrepreneur need to have. These are the major 10 skills entrepreneurs should be having. Okay, so coming back to quotations, like you people might be finding many quotes, many quotations. I would suggest to give you three main quotations which are my favorite personally. The first quotation would be, if you don't build your dreams, someone will hire you to build theirs. That one will be working in a 9 to 5 job for any other startup, for any other company. You're building their dreams by putting your sweat and tear in that. So you need to build your own dreams. That one is for sure. And people will be very lucky if they are really strong and decided what to do when they are young. Like if you're 19, 20 years and you're decided what to do, either you should be pursuing a job, or you want to start your own business, or you have an idea, you want to invest in that, invest your time, money, everything in that. You need to be clear. Those people who are clear in that process are very lucky. That helps a lot for them, because they will be having a lot of time to proceed with, and they will be very clear in their idea. By the time they gain experience, they will be having a huge time for them to proceed further. And for an entrepreneur, chasing vision is very important than chasing money. If you chase the vision, not the money will end up following you. And the third one, don't be busy but productive. This one is very important. Being busy is different from being productive. A task can be done in a much faster pace than anyone thinks. uh, Giving an example for that, uh, let's take even for productivity, we can go for an example with Tesla also over here, because Elon Musk is a really great entrepreneur. We can talk about, we can bring him in any aspects. And so first one, the spacecrafts, right, which Elon Musk is building recently, SpaceX. So normal spacecrafts which go to space from NASA builds, they builds them for $32 billion something. $32 billion. The Boeing, the aeroplanes which we use, the bigger planes, that one are built for 3 to 3.3 billion dollars. But Elon Musk finishes his first Dragon spacecraft in $1.3 billion. So you can see the efficiency that he's using in money, the prototyping, everything. That efficiency, that productivity is required in an entrepreneur to save as many resources as possible. Because for people and for who are working in this field, resources scarce all the time. They won't find it gradual, like whenever they want. They need to restore them and save the resources whatever they get and whichever time. So we need to be very careful with the resources, and we need to be very efficient when you're planning something. So next, so you might be knowing these three companies. There are three successful stories over here. I would like to share with you people, like many of you might be knowing, but they are really very inspiring. So first one, Bumble. I think many of you people might be using it also. uh, Bumble was started by Whitney Wolford. Okay. She was also in the Tinder when it was started, also in the team. She was one of the co-founders also, I think so. But she started Bumble for girls especially. And right now she recently has given an IPO. If anyone have interested in stocks, anyone are interested in stock market anywhere, she has recently given an IPO in that IPO, like the shares from the IPO were sold like hotcakes, and she has become a billionaire overnight. Now the monthly user base of this is around 42 million users. That is 4.2 crores. 4.2 crore user base is being built for Bumble monthly, and the company is around some $1 billion, which is a huge success story. She like when she was passed out from the college, she doesn't know what to do. She was just crouching on her house, and her father used to call up and ask, like, what are you doing? What is your next? All her friends are being just employed in some great companies and getting some huge amount of money. And but she used to just crouch on a floor, just be in her room, and just move around after the graduation also. But she met someone, they started with Tinder first. Tinder used to be named as a Matchbox in the starting, but later they have changed it to Tinder. A lot of things happened. She now started Bumble. After that, came out of Tinder, started Bumble, and now she's one of the rarest billionaire women, and she's a founder and CEO of Bumble, overnight billionaire. That's for the Bumble. And Zoho, you might have been knowing. The other two are from completely Indians. Zoho was built by Sridhar Vembu in 1996. And right now the Zoho market is 18,000 crores, more than 50 million customers using that one. He was an IIT Chennai passed out and started Zoho Corporation in 1996. It was named something else, but in 2001, I think the name has been changed to Zoho Corporation. That one has been recently shifted. The main head office of Zoho has been recently shifted to uh, shifted near Chennai, Tanjavur, I think so. Yeah, Tanjavur. And 18,000 crores of business owner they're working right now. And he uses a cycle or an auto to travel from his office to his house. and he's recently started. He's planned starting a school for people with free of education, free of food for poor people. Recently in COVID Corona situation, he planned of doing that. So Zoho, like you can just watch. There are many videos regarding Zoho founder also. He is from a farmer. His father and mother are farmers basically, but he owns 18,000 crores empire right now. Zoho founder Sridhar Vembu. And next comes the Oyo. Like many people might be aware of this. Like everyone might be heard of it. The one who started is Ritesh Agarwal. Like you will be shocked knowing the figures of Oyo. Like I think Oyo is 6 years old right now. The company has been started 6 years ago, and in 2019, the turnover for Oyo is 7,290 crores in 2019, and the company is valued at $10 billion, which is nearly 72,000 crores. The span of six, he's one of basically it's one of the unicorn. Oyo is one of the unicorns which have reached, which has been from India. Like it is with a span of 6 years, reaching a valuation of 72,000 crores is not a small thing. They have been placed in China and UK also. They're expanding globally right now, Oyo, not only in India. As a normal student, he started Oyo in from his college itself, Ritesh Agarwal, and now after 6 years, he's one of the uh, global players in longest chain of hotels. So these are the basic three success stories which are really very impressive, and you can just go through those stories also. They are very intimidating for people to see their success stories. Okay, so now let's coming back to, if you have an idea, how to proceed with that. How can you just start with it? How can you get answers for that? So first thing is that you need to have answers for this. There's a principle called as 5 W's and 1 H: when, what, who, where, why, how. You need to be framing a proper answers for these questions, like when should start, what to do, who should we meet, where, why, how. All these things need to be answered by yourself, not by someone else. They need to be answered by yourself to you. Then you can be forming a proper idea and developing that into a better startup or a company which you will be working on. So this is a very important phase where you need to work on it. And next one comes the SWOT analysis. Like many people might be heard about it. SWOT is strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat. SWOT is very important. You need to be working on SWOT analysis in every stage of your company or in every stage of your idea. You need to be working on the weaknesses and threat. So weaknesses need to be improved in every stage, and threats need to be covered up in every stage. But 100% of there is no company in the world which has zero weaknesses and zero threats. There will be for sure, but when you're changing from one phase to a second another phase of your company or of your idea, your weaknesses which you have previously need to be turning into your strengths. Not at least strengths, but the weaknesses should be changed. You shouldn't be having those weaknesses when in the next stage. So performing a SWOT analysis on your own idea or else your own company is very much important in every phase of your company. So this performing a SWOT analysis in every stage would be a very helpful process for anyone building a proper idea and proper presentations. Mhm. And one more thing which I would like to add is that uh, just a second. Uh, So, uh, as I told you about Tesla is one of the most inspiring story uh, anyone can hear about it. Like Elon Musk has started like he started. If you don't know, I just give you a brief of it. Like he started a website. He sold it for some. He sold it started PayPal. He's a serial entrepreneur. Like basically, there are people known as serial entrepreneurs. What they do is that start a company, develop it, build some revenue, sell it. They start another company, build some revenue, sell it. Like I can give you another example of Kunal Shah. He's the founder of Freecharge. He started Freecharge, developed it. Many people might heard of Freecharge in advertisements, marketing, anything. He started Freecharge, developed it up to some extent, sold it for around 500 crores, and invested 450 crores in Cred. I just want to give you a quick comparison. Cred is a company where it pays your house rents. So there is a company named as Paymatrix, working in the same field from 4 years. They have a user base of 10,000 users, I think, 10,000 users. Cred have started recently around less than 1 year. He invested 450 crores and his user base is more than 10 lakhs. So it's 4 years. They're working from 4 years. Then the user base is 10,000. But he started Cred less than a year ago with an investment of 450 crores and the user base has gone up to 10 lakhs. That is the difference where a serial entrepreneur finds that will be a major advantage. He starts with a small idea, scale it up, sell it, find out the second one, invest in it, scale it very drastically, sell it. And there will be one place where he'll be stopped there. He'll be stopping there and working on that particular idea. Like Elon Musk has stuck at Tesla. He basically, his idea was to develop sport cars, use those money to develop some luxury cars with a lower range, use the money from the luxury cars, develop some affordable cars, and from that develop his other small ideas. So that was the major procedure which he thought of, but he thought it won't be working and he started developing Tesla Model X. Right now you can see Tesla is coming to India and they are quoting a price of 60 lakhs for a car, and that won't fit into middle class market or middle class or lower class. Again, those people will be lacking of this electric cars as of now. So we from Ermin Automotive are planning to cover the segments for lower class and middle class with the maximum range possible. We are developing an electric bike right now which gives a range of 250 kilometers on a single charge. So that's what we are planning to do. And I think um, yep, that would be over here. So I try to cut it as short as possible because it would be better. So that's all what I wanted to share today. So if you have any queries or any questions, we can proceed with that.
Thank you, sir, for sharing this valuable information. Now we will be having a question and answer session. Please feel free to ask if you have any queries. Mr. Shashank Reddy will be answering to all your queries. Please go ahead. I request you all to feel free to ask if you have any queries regarding this.
Okay, if there are no questions, I would just like to add up uh, over here is that uh, right now I can see that Jaydeep and these people are really working very hard to developing the spirit of entrepreneurship in the students coming right now. And even as I know, Sainath sir, Anjan Mata sir, they are really working hard from students to get the spirit, how to work, how to be an entrepreneur, what else can be done over here, and everything. From they are even trying to give their 100% from the side of IIC. So I would really thank Anjan Matta sir for backing up, and Sainath sir for helping us in the journey of from the start. They have really helped us. We have really got many contacts from them to work with, or to invest, to give presentations to investors, or get some valuable feedback from mentors. They have guided us to many mentors. And getting a mentor to a company is very much important, because they have a lot of experience, and that helps you to grow very easily.
Mr. Shashank, can you please see the chat box? The students are asking.
Yeah, just a second. Can you recommend us some great books to learn more about entrepreneurship? To learn entrepreneurship, books doesn't give you that information. On As I told you in the starting, learning entrepreneurship means experiencing it directly, where ICFI Entrepreneurship Club gives you a direct platform where you can experience a lot of virtual workshops will be conducted. You can form up a groups, work as a company with other law students and BBA students. That coordination between different departments is very much important. Those coordinations cannot be learned from any books, but you can learn them from practical experience, and interacting with from different departments and how to control them and everything. So but if you want to learn entrepreneurship, and you can just watch Shark Tank. I think there are many versions of that. Shark Tank Australia is there, Shark Tank US is there, Dragon Den UK, and The Vault in India. You can watch those Shark Tank. There will be many presentations by many entrepreneurs, their success stories, their failures, everything. You can see them directly, and you can see how the investors pitch and everything. You'll get a clear idea for that. That would be much more better for you than rather than reading books. And Nivas Gopi asked us, you're developing an electric bike, right? Why you haven't chosen to develop a solar one? Right now, solar technology in India hasn't grown that much to give the power and the performance needed. Previously, we used to have thought that if electric vehicles are slow, and they won't match the performance which we need. That one would be a major factor right now, and they have solved it with using lithium ion batteries, and a lot of innovations in that. But again, if we go to solar panels, solar one, uh, the charging time would be very less. There is a lot of energy wastage over there. Solar is not that efficient compared to batteries. And again, the point comes back to the start that electric vehicles are slow. Electric vehicles don't have that efficiency. Electric vehicles can't give us a performance. We are using for a sample, like we are using the bike which you are building right now goes for a top speed of 110 kilometers per hour, and it gives a range of 250 kilometers on a single charge. That performance cannot be achieved using the solar panels. And doing R&D and performing research in that, it takes a huge amount of time and huge enough amount of funds, which we won't have right now. So that's why we are not focusing into solar panels. Okay. Speaking of Elon, how do you look at the Boeing company and his recent venture into crypto and Decoin? Um, Boring company, I would suggest that it's too early right now. It would take time, other than like maybe more 4 to 5 years in the future. Then it would be a really great scope for them. But going into cryptocurrency and Dogecoin, I'm not into that much into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, so I can't answer about that as of now. And again, coming to that, using graphene batteries, we even thought about that, but the life cycles of graphene batteries are very long. Like right now, lithium-ion batteries are giving a life cycles of 1200 cycles. You can charge for 1200 times, but graphene batteries won't have that many life cycles. It gives you life cycles of 100 or 200. Charging them for that much won't be that suitable for you. Like replacing a battery pack in an electric bike costs around 40,000. Like putting around 1.5 lakhs for an electric bike and changing the battery for again after 6 months wouldn't be that sensible, right? Moving on to an electric bike. So graphene batteries won't be that great for electric bikes. Founder of company, what challenges did you face initially that allowed you to stay motivated and dig further into problems? Majorly, I faced problem of gathering team. A lot of problems have been faced in gathering a proper team. Like you need to have people where you really trust in. And I found those kind of people recently in 6 months from every department. Forming a proper team is a major task and very crucial one to work with. And next comes is the investment funding. You want to do something. If it's a software related one, that wouldn't cost that much because you can find many cracked versions of softwares right now. But if it's a hardware related one, doing that physically, use like not like getting 50,000, 20,000, 30,000 from your parents and doing that. It requires a lot of R&D, getting funds, working on it. That one, those are the major problems. Like getting those funds is a major problem. And what kept me motivated is that the emerging startup companies right now, there are a huge number of companies coming out right now, electric companies, electric vehicles, working on the prices of the bikes going up but not reaching the mark of the performance which we are planning to offer. Like the outside in the market, the vehicles are around 120, 130, 150 kilometers max. We are offering a range of 250 kilometers on a single charge. The specs of other vehicles, the number of sales, Revol RV400 sold 136,000 bikes in the last year. So those figures, those numbers kept us motivated continuously. Good evening. Next question from Niharika. Good evening. As you said, you have been developing all this e-bike and other stuff. Can I know what made you choose this? I mean, it is what you are good at. Basically, answering this, I'm from a computer science background, Niharika, and I'm not an EC student, but I'm passionate about electronic circuits, about all this. Even I'm good at coding and everything. But all this process has started when I was in 9th class as a school project. I was working in regeneration technology and everything with the dynamos and DC motors. I found that creating energy, like not creating, if we say creating, it would be against the thermodynamics second law, but restoring the maximum loss of energy is really great. Like as of now, you can see if you're using a internal combustion engine, like vehicles, cars, efficiency, you're putting petrol of 1 liter, you're getting an efficiency of 30 to 35%. And there is a lot of energy losses. Stopping those energy losses and using the same lost energy and again driving your vehicle is really impressive and very attractive for me. So I'm using the similar principle in electric vehicles. I'm minimizing the losses and increasing the charge so that the vehicle can travel a lot. And that's what I enjoyed a lot, like minimal wastage of energy. But again, I want to say one more point over here is that your department or a branch doesn't matter to your passion. I'm from a computer science background, but I'm working I've started an electric vehicle startup and working on electric bikes. So your department and branch doesn't matter. So there will be no limits for your passion. When will it end? The century-old 9 to 5 culture. Uh, that's a difficult question for an Indian mentality people as of now, because people, there are many pressures in our culture right now. If you see demographics recently, US has 85,000 startups, but India has around 10,000 startups or 15,000 startups in the recent year. So this is because there are many pressures on a student who is coming out of the college. Like if you're in 4th year, they start with placements. What are you doing? Your relatives will be asking, oh, what job are you applying? Study well, you'll get nice job. Go here, go there. There will be a lot of pressures. Peer pressure will be there. Parental pressure will be there. A lot of pressures. Because of those pressures, many students, like, and even in India, basically many people are from middle class, and they spend a huge amount of money in college life, like in the college payment, the fees payment, everything. They take loans, and the loan payment starts after the completion of the graduation. And parents will think that after graduation he'll get a job, so that he can start paying his loans. Because of that parental pressure, the financial pressure, everything, the students opt to go to jobs for 9 to 5. Because of that, that one keeps continuing, and we can't help that. Whenever the pressure on a student reduces, then we can hope that culture will be coming to an end. So from Nivas Gopi, I'm not an electrical engineer, as I told you. Electric bikes are waterproof or not? Yes, they are waterproof. And we are planning to going completely waterproof, and we are getting an IP rating also, IP67 and IP68, as you get for your phones. Many bikes have those rating, and we are also getting that rating also. Is your bike expensive? No, we are planning at 1.5 mark, like 1.5 lakh, 1.5 to 1.5 to 1.7 lakh on road price would be. Yes, you can expect off-road electric bikes. There are many companies who are working on off-road electric bikes also. You can find them. When we have also researched recently. How did you come up with your company name? Okay, so it's a tricky one. Ermine means an animal named as ermine, Ermine. So it's basically as a size of a cat. That one belongs to a weasel family. It's size of a cat, but the attitude which it possesses is very high. Like, it can take out a fully grown polar bear and go against a pack of lions also. It is not scared to anything. So as of now, we are starting newly. We are small enough, but the competitors are really huge. So we want to reflect the name, the what we are like. We are directly going ahead with the other major competitors, the bigger ones than us. So we want to reflect that in our name. So we have chosen the name as Ermine. Okay. If you, Niharika asked, if you had one piece of advice to someone just starting out, what would it be? Um, Work out on the, like, if you have an idea, you need to really work out on the idea, what you're planning to. And that idea need to be something like, for example, right now there are thousands and 10,000s of ideas out there in the market, like even many people are getting. But out of those many ideas, only one or two are really useful. First, you need to figure out that your idea is really useful. Will that make a change in the current economy, or current people, customers? Are really customers willing to pay something for your idea? That one is very important. When that you're clear with, and you know that that will change something in the market outside, then you'll be clear to go for it. Price range of electric bike compared to normal bikes, like price to performance ratio. Price to performance ratio, we are working on it. As of now, you can see, like, the batteries and everything are imported. It would be a bit higher than normal IC bikes right now, price to performance ratio. We can't compare it with IC bikes, but we are maximum trying to get the price down, and the price to performance ratio to match or much lesser than IC engine bikes. Right now, there's a new company coming up in India named as Nexus Power. They are manufacturing batteries using the farm waste, using wheat, after burning the wheat, everything, those farm waste. With that farm waste, if the batteries, they are prototyping and testing in electric bikes, if those batteries are successful and they come into market, the price to performance ratio decreases to half of the IC bikes right now. So we are hoping so that that startup would succeed and reduce the price of lithium ion batteries, and to get down the price of the electric bike completely. How do you advertise your company? Advertising our company, we haven't started yet, uh, because we just want to launch a bike and start the advertisement from that point, with a grand launch event and everything. Basically, we'll be advertising in many social media platforms like LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and digital marketing would be a major platform for us to advertise in the starting stage, early stages, and it would be very inexpensive. But if we go to offline marketing, it would be expensive, and startups can't bear an offline marketing as of now. That one is a very important point for us to go with the advertisement of a company. Able to tackle your financial problems. Um, we have got help from many family, friends, and other people who are really working on. And we even pulled up many huge amount of money from our friends and the team members as of now we are working on. And I myself have invested a lot in this company. So one thing is that to tackle financial problems, everyone need to believe in your idea, and once you earn their trust and the belief, people will be willing to invest in you so that they can find some returns in future. You need to gain that trust and belief. If you're able to gain that, that would be very easy for everyone. Okay, next, what do you think of Revolt Motors or offering AI-enabled motorbike for 1.10 lakhs? About Revolt, I have told you they have made a sales of 1,36,000, but the range they are offering is 150 kilometers on a single charge, and the top speed is 80 kmph. And the riding posture is not that great because we bought a Revolt, we test drove it, and that one is not up to the mark of an electric vehicle. For a more money of 40,000, 1.5 lakhs our price. So getting an electric bike with a 250 kilometers of range and a top speed of 110 kmph with a very stylish design, like example, you can find the design similar to Triumph Street Triple, which is a 6 to 7 lakhs bike in an IC engine. Our design head is from IIT Bombay, completed his master's in transportation design. So he's really good at designing. He really impresses us with every design which he gives, even for an electric cycle and electric bike. So Revolt RV400 won't stand in our mark as a competitor because the performance and the comfort which it's offering is not even close to us. Can you buy an electric from e-commerce website? Will they allow you to use e-commerce platform? If the bike has no you can buy an electric bike from e-commerce, but if the bike has no registration, like if it's under 250 watts motor, there are some regulations for a bike. If the bike is 20 less than 25 kmph and the motor capacity is less than 250 watts or equal to 250 watts, then you need not have any registration process for that or any on-road price ex-showroom. Like if you go to buy an electric normal vehicle, there will be two prices: ex-showroom price and on-road price. If you want to buy an bike from an e-commerce website, one person can sell the bike in e-commerce when the bike is less than 25 kmph speed and the motor is less than 250 watts. If that two constraints are crossed, he can't sell it in the e-commerce website. You need to buy it offsite in the offline. And there'll be a life tax on that, road tax and life tax, everything. What do you think of Ather? Ather, the performance, everything is really great. It would be a direct competitor if it launches an electric bike. But as of now, it's in the scooty segment, and we people are in electric bike segment. So we are not comparing it with Ather. But Ather itself is a really great bike. It has a great performance. The infotainment system, the cluster, everything is really good. The battery life is also good. It's touching around 100 kilometers right now. But the only point I think is that Ather is too expensive. It is priced at a range of 1.78 lakhs on road right now, which is really expensive for a scooty. And the range which offers it 100 kilometers on a single charge. That even that one matters for an Ether for 1.78 price mark. When you're paying 1.78, you can't keep on charging it right daily. So that one. Next, like your model, there are several other bikes more similar, facing the issue where the patent filing can be a issue at my model of IoT smart parking is also provided by several others. So how do you tackle these kind of issues? So IPR rights is a major issue where filing a patent gives you a real headache. So filing IPR rights for us in this company, which we filed around 3 I think so. So for us, we got help from IIC. There is a sir named as Dilip Sharma sir in law school. That sir helped us a lot. Even if you can connect with Anjan Matta sir or Jaydeep, that sir connects you with Dilip Sharma sir, and he helps you with filing an IPR for anything. For a design, it can be for a design or it can be for a device or anything. He can help you file a design with without complications. How do you create a great team? What qualities do you look for? So creating a team, first thing is that they need to be well experienced in their domain with a great knowledge. If they have knowledge without an experience also doesn't matter, because as they are starting right now, they can gain experience and it helps a lot. And the second most important thing is that people should be really trusting you and believing you. They need to be fully committed to your mission and vision. Like for starting a company, you'll be having a vision, right? What to do, how should it go, and everything. You need to select people who agrees with your vision and willing to travel with that vision. Once you find those people, your gut feeling says like, okay, these are the people which I can work with. As an entrepreneur, don't always use your brain, use your gut also. uh, that one really helps you finding out proper people and finding what to do. Okay. Can you think increasing petrol prices is a strategy to shift to electric bikes? I won't think so, because the taxes are also increasing. So that one can be. And moving on to electric bikes wouldn't be that, they won't be increasing the petrol prices, because that one doesn't impact directly on electric vehicles, because electric bikes right now are not ready for the market to use directly. There's a lot of infrastructure work need to go on. Like infrastructure in Hyderabad or India, anywhere, it's not ready. So they can't directly shift to electric bikes as of now. It takes around another 3 to 4 years for people to use electric bikes as they are using IC vehicles right now. So it won't be that problem for increasing electric petrol prices, because the tax is also going too much. How you were able to gather your team, especially students from IIT Bombay? So we used the connections. As I told you, being an entrepreneur, the main skill is to build your connections. I built my connections so stronger that I got people from IIT Palakkad, NIT Bhopal, and IIT Bombay, and everywhere. Building your connections, talking with them, agreeing to your vision. They are willing to work with you, creating a confidence that they can have a better future with you than any other company is very much important. When you create that confidence in them, you can get it. Majorly, I have gone through my all the friends. I've started digging up with my friends from 10th class itself. All my 10th class friends, inter friends, LinkedIn, Instagram, everywhere. And I've started building connections and even meeting many mentors. Those mentors connected with me to many people where I've built a strong connections. Okay. Did you ever thought to give up your goal? If yes, what made you think so? Yes, I thought of giving up my goal. That's because I faced many issues financially and without a proper team. Many people started saying that it won't work. Your idea is not feasible. You can't go with that. Everything. I got very much demotivated. Uh, but after seeing, after that, my mother, like as we say, our mothers would be our best counselors and best mentors ever. I went spoke to my mother. She told that, okay, you're sure about your idea. Build a small prototype or something where you can prove that you're right. So I started building. After that, even if you felt that one is wrong, you can just give up. I won't say anything. So I started building a small prototype. I found out very positive results based on my